It's Monday the 6th of March and I'm very tired today. Very tired indeed. Completely underestimated just how much yesterday was going to take out of me. 2 gigs in one day is probably 2 gigs too many, but it's definitely 1 too many. That's for sure. Both gigs went reasonably well. I forgot much of my set in both gigs, but that is to be expected because I just get myself so worked up about remembering my set. And I think I pulled it off. I bluffed my way through. Everyone knew I'd forgotten, but, as long as you keep talking and clowning around, people let you get away with it. And a nice couple said they enjoyed my comedy when I bumped into them on the station. Not literally, figuratively. So that's the end of the Chris Head course. Just got to finish up the Logan Murray one now. But the evening gig, that was a good one. I mean, it was a non-bringer. So for those of you unfamiliar with the term, most of the gigs in London are open mic bringers, which means that you have to bring somebody with you in order to perform. That's fine, but people generally don't have enough friends that are prepared to tolerate listening to the same set day in, day out, if they actually want to become proficient. So when you find one that's not a bringer, it's rare as hen's teeth. Not only that, they didn't demand money on the way out because a lot of them just want you to cough up money too. I'm doing this podcast quite quickly because I'm off out again tonight for another gig. So I'm getting the old gigs in now. I'm nowhere near the 100, which is generally the accepted mark of someone who's reasonably competent at stand-up comedy. So I've got some way to go till I get there. I worked out I'd done one more gig that's not on my little spreadsheet. I actually have photographic evidence of that one. So I've added that, and I'm not sure how many that makes me. Assuming that none of the gigs are going to get cancelled that I've got this week, that's going to put me to the 40 mark, I think. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. In other news, little Jeremy went to the vet. He had to have a blood test. Looks like he might have an overactive thyroid or possibly dementia. But then he is 16, which is apparently 70 in human years. In fact, it's been quite a medical day all round. I'm not sure whether I've been updating you on this, but it transpired that I'd fallen off the list for having my knee operation, and I'm not really sure why. They seemed to tell me that they were waiting on me to do something, which is just quite frankly rubbish because I definitely made sure there was nothing they needed from me. Anyway, I've been making a nuisance of myself, and they came back to me today and she said she decided, this is the nurse, very nice lady, she decided to take my notes to an alternative anaesthetist who has apparently given me the go-ahead to have the operation. That's pretty much what I said from the start. The anaesthetist that was doing the pre-assessment last year basically hadn't got a clue. Not a clue about scoliosis, which is my condition. Certainly incredibly arrogant and not wanting to believe that I actually understood anything at all about my condition. But I'm not going to get angry because it's the right outcome. So it looks like the date is going to be the 23rd or the 30th of May. You're going to come back to me. Lastly, because he was just as tired as I was, here are the only words I could get from Dan.
Much love and gratitude.